So this is going to be a bit of a different vlog than usual. All this is about trying to find an image, and today I've just come into somewhere where you just wouldn't come to get an image. It's a lot of marshland around here, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge trying to find something here. On the way in, I spotted this sort of dead tree, which kind of stuck out between the dark trees behind it. So I'm probably going to head back there on the last shot on my way home. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is try and explain how I try and find a shot, and yeah, so come with me and we'll see how it goes. So just behind me here, that tree behind me here has caught my eye, and the wall that leads up to it. Usually what happens if something catches my eye, there's usually something interesting there. So what I usually do is I'll look at it, I'll sit down for a bit, just take everything in where you are, the environment and everything, and then yeah, just try and work it out. How can this be a good shot? The only thing letting this tree down obviously is the sky, so I'm thinking maybe black and white, but I'm going to go further down, have a look, and probably use the wall as a leading line and try and work out the composition. Right then, so I've got the camera out. What I'm going to do now, I'm looking at the wall. It's obviously going to be a leading line, but I think the camera's going to be right at the wall, so the wall takes you into the tree. But what I'm trying to look for on the wall is something of interest. Now, looking at this wall here, there's a lot of green moss and small little twigs sort of twisting it round, so I'm just trying to look for something interesting that pulls your eyes to the foreground of the shot, which will be part of the wall. But on that wall I'll need some detail like green moss or whatever I've kind of find. So what I'm doing now is trying to look for detail within the wall and then use that as a leading line to the tree. So here's an example here of what I've found. Now the lens will be pointing this way, but you've got these details. See these little green leaves here? You've got this moss on the bush. I'm thinking of putting the camera here, having this in the foreground, which is a good interesting point to look at, and then let the wall take your eye right down to the tree. So that's what I've got in mind. So I'm going to try and set up and work that shot out. Okay, so that's not going to work because this mess of the bush here is just too distracting for the shot. So we're going to move a bit forward just to eliminate that bush, because it's just it just doesn't work with that shot. Yeah, so what I've done now, it's a very tricky shot, this it really is. I put a piece of old deadwood on that wall just so that there is a point of interest on the right side, so I've gone in and focused on that there. My ISO 100 f16, which is giving me 100th of a second. Hopefully that's going to work. Got some nice light lighting up the wall there. So yeah, this does come in, but I think I'll probably take that out of the shot so I've got a clear left side of the frame. So I'm going to take this shot. At the moment I'm seeing this as a 1-to-1 because there's too much wasteland here on the right. So yeah, I'm not going to come out with a masterpiece today, because I've obviously put myself in somewhere where you can't get a bloody shot, or somewhere you wouldn't come to do any photography. So that's the challenge. So yeah, and this is the image. So something else that's just caught my eye is just behind me. It just feels like it's a doorway going through there, and if I stand over there, you've got this beautiful light hitting the wall there with this tree in the background. Of course, I don't know if it's going to work or not. It's caught my eye. I'm going to work with it, and yeah, while the light's there on the wall, which is nice, and that tree in the background behind it, I'm going to set up and try and get a shot here of this. So what I'm trying to explain in this shot is what's caught my eye. You can see like a square arch in the trees there. It's like a doorway that leads your eye in there. You've got the nice light coming on the wall, and that tree right centre there is lit up nicely. Now I focused on these rocks on the foreground here at f16, ISO 100. So yeah, I'm thinking, at the moment I'm thinking this as a 1-to-1 crop. So yeah, so that's the idea of what I saw with this image of this sort of square archway. Pulls you in. You got this rocks on the wall there with the light spilling on it, and that tree there. Now if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's just something that caught my eye. So that was the idea behind this shot. Whenever you feel a bit stuck and you're not too sure, just sit down, bring a coffee with you, just sit down and just stare at the subject, and you know, just don't go to a location and then start getting the tripod out, rushing, shooting this, that and everything like that, and it just doesn't really work that way. Like I've come across that dead tree now that I was looking at with the green flowering on the water on the little stream there. Those tulips, do you call them, the purple things? I don't know. So yeah, I was thinking there's a composition here. Just hoping my lens is wide enough to fit it in. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down now, have a drink of water, and just look until something clicks to make this into an image. So I think this shot's going to work if I go really low to the stream. Now I'm looking at the green flowering that's just popping up there, that's interesting. And then I'm thinking about, obviously I'm not going to get the whole tree in, but you can see it's collapsed, and that's a bit of interest. And you've got these bushes coming into the frame here, nice light on that tree, which would work nicely. Now an image like this is all about framing, how you frame it to make that composition work. The subject really here is the green flowering on the water and that dead tree that's collapsed, and just leaning back, if you know what I mean, and then everything else really sort of works within pointing to that dead tree. So I'm going to get the tripod out, I'm going to go as low as possible, portrait style, and see how it works. So I've gone pretty low now. I've got this nice, I don't know what these green things are called, I'm sure someone will let me know, but I've got the green flowery things in the foreground here. Now I'm going portrait, but I'm sort of knowing how much space I've got to crop in. I'm just waiting for some light just to light that tree up and get the shot, and there's a bit of light coming now. So yeah, we're going to shoot the dead looking tree next for the final shot. So I hope this vlog's been useful, especially to people who find it hard to find a composition. Every time you go somewhere and something catches your eye, question it, ask yourself, what is catching my eye in this subject, and then work with it. Take your time, like I said, sit down, have a drink and just take it in, and that's the way to work with it. There's always going to be something that'll catch your eye, and it's just about asking yourself, what is it? So that's kind of my way of thinking of how I get my shots. And but most of all, just don't pull your tripod out and start shooting. You know, spend a bit of time at the location and just take things in, and things will come to you and you'll start picking images out. So we're going to get a photograph of this tree now. Looking at it, it just feels like the way it just comes out, that, you know, and I think what makes it work is the shades of green behind it that make it really pop. You got a bit of sun lighting the green, this light green and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot. What I'm thinking now is another 1:1 crop on this, with a 50mm lens on this one, I think. So we'll see how this one works. So yeah, I'm going portrait here, just so that I can crop it to a 1:1 really. going to focus. Just going to focus into the branches coming down. There you go. So obviously I'm going to bracket this as well, because I really want the detail in that tree. So I'm going to do one each side on this one. So my ISO 100, I think I'm going to go down to F9. And that's giving me an exposure of 1/13 of a second, and I'm going to bracket one each end on this one. So there you go, that's the end of this vlog. Really hope it helps you out for those struggling with composition. So yeah, I've just roughly taken you out somewhere where there's absolutely nothing to shoot, and took my time and tried to find a few shots. No idea at the moment how they're going to work, but it's just an idea really of how to find images. So I think that's it for this vlog. Don't forget, my calendar is 2021 is available for pre-order now. Thank you for all them who have bought one so far. If you're interested in the calendar, I'll leave the link, PayPal link below, so you can pre-order them. Anyway, so I'm off home to get my tea before the midges start coming out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, and until next time, bye.